All right, everybody, our keynote speaker today is quite an accomplished man. He's a naval officer, a doctor, a scholar, an astronaut. He's all of these, but he has also shown an ability to harness his own courage to overcome great odds in times of peril and struggle.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Jerry Linenger.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Who wants to go to space after seeing that? You know, it's just, you hear the countdown, 10, 9, 8. You know, whoever invented that countdown, they had to shoot the guy. You know, adrenaline's doing just fine without the dramatic countdown. You're just on 7 million pounds of thrust. It's going to take you from 0 to Mach 25 times the speed of sound in about 7.5 minutes. You do not need the 3, 2, 1. Blast off. You go up. The space shuttle immediately goes inverted, so you're flying upside down. Literally 2,000 switches are doing this. It's like a marble inside a tin can the first 2 minutes. Chaotic, being thrown around. You hit the edge of the envelope. Guidance yanks you back the other direction, and it is just utter chaos. And you're kind of thinking, what did I get myself into? This is incredible. And then 2 minutes later, boom, boom, as you saw in the film, the solid rocket boosters literally explode off. They separate, and now the ride goes to pure acceleration, and it feels like you're in a dragster. Gets very smooth. You get thrown back in your seat. Feels like you, Colonel, jump on my chest. I'm pulling 2 G's in this direction. Chief then jumps on his chest, pulling 3 G's in this direction. Sustain that for about the last 2.5 minutes of powered flight. Starting to say, man, I can hardly breathe. Right then, the engine's cut off, the bodies fly away. And as you become weightless, your own body weight sort of flies away. And it is 3G crush, release, float, overhead window, Peninsula, Florida, hook of Cape Cod. All you people over there in Albuquerque, you know, Yahoo, you're in space. This time I was going up to a Russian space station. I was going to stay there for 5 months. It was myself, 2 Russian cosmonauts. They spoke no English. Broken down communication system, only talking in Russian to the people on the ground, cut off, isolated like I've never been before. And then I thought in different terms. I thought of just my own existence on this planet. And I thought about all the things that had to happen for Jerry Linenger to be up here in space floating. And you might do this exercise in your own mind. All the against all odds moments that had to happen to get your very existence. And I urge you all to think in your own life of what a miracle you all are, your very existence here on the planet. You know, every second of our life, how precious, how privileged we are to exist. And then I ask you, what are you doing with those moments? You know, are you making every day count, or are you just putting in time? Space Station Mir is about 13 years old. You all know about unexpected events. 13 years old, design life of 5 years or so. And so we've got system failures one after another. And then the worst thing that happened up there when I was up there in space was we had a fire. Space Station Mir, again, master alarms 2 or 3 a day, first month on board. And as I take it all in, and as was my habit up there, cut off, isolated, pretty much from day one, talked out loud to myself. I looked at the whole thing and I said, Jerry, not good. And the first thought I had was of my wife, and I just yelled it out. I said, goodbye, Catherine. Looks like I won't be making it back. Really sorry. Then I sort of looked around. I said, wow, what a strange place to die. I'm 250 miles above the Earth, myself, 2 Russians, everything floating, smoke everywhere. Weird place to die, Jerry. Just wish it weren't so soon in my life. Next thought, I'm sure you all share this, was of my son. Said, goodbye, John. Really sorry I'm letting you down. Looks like I won't be there for you like my dad was there for me. I love you a lot, John. I'll be watching over you. At this point, I am really needing oxygen. World's sort of closing in on me and swirling. I finally locate the respirator, yank it off the wall, full rubber mask over my head, activate. I say, God help me. Breathe in, and I get oxygen. I hyperventilate for the next 30 seconds or so, get my blood oxygen level back up, and then I scream out, we're gonna get that fire out. Gonna get that fire out, gonna see my boy again, gonna do everything right. Heading for that fourth fire extinguisher, and Vasily screams out, Jerry, fire's out. You know, big sigh of relief, as you can imagine. Flame essentially ate up all the chemical, melted the canister, melted a big metallic refrigerator-sized generator behind it, pretty much down to nothing from the heat blast. But in any case, big sigh of relief, but then the doctor and me takes over, and I say, we are still in big trouble. The only thing keeping us each alive is this little canister of oxygen, and we still have an unbreathable atmosphere. You know, one challenge after another. You know, I learned a few things from that experience up there. And the lesson I learned, no matter how bad your day, no matter how bad your challenges, your problems, when you go to bed at night, just leave it behind. You know, leave it behind, push on, get ready for the next day's challenges. Another thing I learned I've been selling myself short my whole life. And we'd run a long triathlon, long marathon. I'd get to that finish line, I'd say, Jerry, you can't go a step further, a step faster. That is all the adrenaline you can muster. I'm hoping you're relating this to your own challenges. I can't go another step, that was all I had. But I'll tell you something, I was wrong my whole life. Because when I looked at that flame and I said, I'm gonna see my boy again, we're gonna get that fire out. All those barriers around me just disappeared. And it wasn't just more adrenaline because I maxed that out in the past. It wasn't just more, you know, mental energy. It was something else inside every human being and demonstrated by some of the people sitting at your table that allows us to rise the occasion and overcome anything when you've got a passion for something, when something really means something to you. I'm gonna get that fire out, I'm gonna see my boy again. You know, barriers just go away. Another thing I want to pass along, it's a bit of wisdom I learned, and I think it's really relevant. You got people you care about, and I know you do, just surrounded by the people that are here today. You know, when you get back, take a little piece of paper and write a little note. Something physical. Dear son, love you, Dad. Dear daughter, love you, Mom. You know, to your spouses, significant others, don't know what I'd do without you. If your parents are still with us down here on the planet, what are you waiting for? Mom, Dad, thanks for everything you've done for me. Start with that note. I'll tell you, when I was moving on, it was okay to take another breath, moving on another life. Not okay to be leaving behind people I cared about without letting them know what I thought. Start with that simple note, let them know every day of your life. Never have that pain or regret. I got to really speed up, and I want to talk about spacewalking because it's the ultimate thing for an astronaut. I got on a telescoping pole, Vasily telescoped me out, swung me through open space, and I'll tell you, what a ride. But then I got in a point in space where when I look back to the space station, it looked sort of like a tinker toy off in the distance, and I lost my physical connection with it. And when I lost that visual connection, all at once I lost, or reality hit, I guess. I didn't lose reality, I regained reality. And reality is I'm in free fall, and I'm falling at about 17,500 miles an hour. And I did what I bet everybody in this room would do at that moment. I grabbed onto the end of that pole for dear life. White knuckled, to be honest with you, overwhelming fear. And I told myself, not good. And Jerry, you've been training on the bottom of swimming pools for the last 6 months trying to get ready for the 5 hours of work I have ahead of me, and I have to overcome the fear somehow. It's inside every one of us, the ability to put the fear away, tuck it away, and press on. You know, 1 hour before, overwhelming fear, white-knuckled fear. 1 hour later, Yahoo, biggest smile on my face. You know, tuck that fear away and press on and live life. And I'll tell you, I never felt particularly brave. Just proud to be representing our country, flying actually in that aircraft is one that we flew in. You know, just representing you all and trying to represent our country well. Never felt particularly brave. But I'll tell you, end of that arm, out there by myself, 17,500 miles an hour, letting go, getting the job done. That was courage the way I always thought courage would feel. And I salute you all with that ability to tuck those fears away and to get on with your life. Make every moment count. Again, we're all miracles. Every second of our lives, make it count for something. You know, unbelievable what human beings can do. You give them the right tools, the right brain power, purpose, you know, love. You put all those things together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. You know, it's miraculous. You know, people ask me how you top blasting off into space, and I think you all know the answer to that. It's the people you care about, the people you love, relationships you have in your life, friends, family, physicians that are caring for you. You know, you don't have to blast off into space to experience what makes us all human, connections with each other. Absolute honor being with you all today. You know, the warriors, we all have that warrior spirit, maybe in different ways in our lives. You got to understand that you can tuck that fear away, press on, make every breath of air that you take, you know, count your blessings of how good we have it, our time here on the earth, how lucky we are to exist, and what a miracle we all are, and take advantage of it. Thank you very much. Great being here. Appreciate it. Good luck to everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.